Hello everyone, it is Mikey there, Panzernator here, and we are going to talk about another Hearts of Iron 4 dev diary. This one came out on Halloween, and this is the 18th? This is the 18th, I got it right the first time, dev diary concerning Man the Guns, and this one is Bag of Tricks 2. So apparently our Fearless Leader Podcat is sick, but today's dev diary kind of covers a bunch of loose ends, things that don't fit, a bunch of smaller features that don't necessarily fit with anything, but a lot of them do fit the overall theme of Man the Guns enhancing democracies. And even though some of these features aren't necessarily democratically exclusive, they fit the allies and historical role more because, well, the first one, let's get right to it. And before I get right to it, I'm going to just remind everyone, numbers, art, all of that is not final. This is all in work in progress on behalf of the devs, but first and foremost, first feature to talk about is Expeditionary Forces request. So the Expeditionary Force system is one thing I mainly just ignore, or if I accept someone's divisions, I usually don't ask for them, but usually the AI will just offer them, and I'll just put them in garrison orders with all my cavalry and all of those things to, put down resistance and keep those conquered factories from being destroyed. But now it looks like you're going to be able to request, as we can see in this screenshot, you're going to be able to request expeditionary forces directly to an order. So if you want to do a naval invasion like here, we see the British requesting some Indian and some South African divisions to help with their naval invasion. And when they accept, they're basically added directly to that army. So, then you can control, once they're added to the army, you can control how they get there. So whether you want them to take railroads or boats, or which way you want them to go, or go fast or go slow, all of that. So maybe expeditionary forces are things you're going to want to use again. So that's one way that you're going to be able to request expeditionary forces. Another way is you're going to be able to do it straight from the empty army screen. So, where there's like the little portrait with like the green plus sign. I mean, you can see in the screenshot right here, there's going to be a little button at the bottom where you can click, the Expeditionary Force button. And Podcat says basically this is going to be very useful if you don't have units in an area, but an ally in your faction does. And then, you can draw the plan, you can tell them what to do, and the AI will the divisions the AI will give you to execute this plan will typically be from around that area. And the AI pretty much sounds like they'll pretty much go along with whatever you suggest, so long as it can spare the troops. You don't want to, like Britain, if you request expeditionary forces from the UK, they won't take away troops and leave ports vulnerable, for instance. And also another thing the AI will watch, let's see. So the AI will know what kind of plans you're drawing. So if you're drawing a naval invasion, the AI will be more likely to send Marines. And so basically it just sounds like the AI is going to be smarter and know better, know which units are going to be better to send you depending on what you ask for them. An important thing to note about is this is only for the AI. So if you're playing multiplayer, you can't do that with players because, it's easier just to say, hey, send me some forces so we can naval invade, or just coordinate your attack plans and all of that. So that is let's see. So to request expeditionaries in this manner, you have to be the faction leader. Now, previous dev diary, one before I started doing these videos, let us know or highlighted that you will be able to change faction leader depending on who's the bigger country, or I forgot what the criteria was, but you're not going to have New Zealand taking over the Allies unless they're unique circumstances. So the only examples I could see of this happening is, say you're playing as Communist China and you join with the Soviet Union and you blob up to full-size China. That would be an instance. Or when America joins the Allies, America might be able to take over the faction from the UK. So only faction leaders can request expeditionaries, or if you're not the faction leader and you can't become the faction leader, you can request expeditionaries from subjects. So pretty much, you're the UK, you can request the colonies. Even if you can request expeditionary forces from the colonies, the Commonwealth, Canada, New Zealand, Australia, India, South Africa. I think that's all of them. I'm not sure. I probably left someone out and I've triggered a whole, majorly developed nation that watches my videos a bunch. But yeah, you can request from your subjects, which is definitely going to be helpful. This is available to all ideologies, but it definitely fits with the theme of democracies a whole lot more because, well, this is something that happened historically with the Allies, with the British coordinating all the Commonwealth, and then once America's involved and just all of that. So those are the changes coming to expeditionary forces. Next up is supervised state. So supervised state is a new autonomy level in Man the Guns. It's designed to let democracies puppet in a way that's more democratic and and ensures the targeted nations can't just turn around and go against them. So I guess what this is trying to prevent is, say, after the Allies and the Comintern partition Europe, where West Germany won't join the Comintern or give you the Heisman when you try and fight Operation Unthinkable and take out the Soviet Union. So here we see West Germany is a supervised state set up by the British, and so supervised state is not oppressive, but it comes with the restrictions that the nation is locked into the master's faction. They will ideologically drift towards the master and cannot use their other ideology ministers to affect things. So Germany can't try and Fourth Reich the Allies. And then the third one is the master will be able to get some cheaper trade and more access. So basically, a supervised state, it's just one autonomy level on a timer. They slowly regain autonomy. I'm trying to read ahead and whatever. So they regain autonomy slowly, so they'll eventually become free, but it takes a while. And so it's just a different type of subject, and probably going to be very helpful in your World War III type scenarios after you take out the Axis or whatever. So that's the second feature in this. Third trick in the bag of tricks is on-map decisions. So decisions currently, you highlight them and they just list a bunch of states or whatever. But what they're going to add, well, one of the main parts of decision making is, where it is. So you look at the resource things and prospect for oil here, and you're like, where is that? I'm from America. I don't know where these places are. Or, you're not familiar with American, where's Texas? I hope you all know where Texas is, but, geography is hard sometimes. So what they're adding in 1.6 Ironclad is decisions that will be available on the map as long as the decision view is open. So here we see the Black Shirt Marches, which is a bunch of events you get whenever you try and flip the United Kingdom to fascist. You can see on the map how much political power each state costs, and you kind of have a little button for it. So a lot of different states with different costs make for overwhelming choices, but on the map it's quite easy to see both where and how costly they are. So it helps you better visualize what you're doing and where to spend your political power. Another place where this is going to be seen is for the prospecting decisions. So here it looks like in Nigeria, where the British are growing rubber plantations, you have the little icon for rubber, and it looks like there's a progress bar that'll fill up as the rubber plantations are made, or as over the next 169 days as the rubber is added to that state. Again, reminding everyone that these decisions are only available on the map when the decision screen is open. I think we saw a little bit of this in Daniel and Bratton's stream, or either the America or the UK stream, where the devs were showing off Man the Guns. Whenever you would open it up, a bunch of icons would show up on the map. And then finally, Bratton. Speaking of Bratton, his favorite, we have the icon for flooding the Netherlands to defend them when the Germans invade. So there we go. Kind of a short and sweet dev diary, not a whole lot to it. But I'm actually, the B-roll footage underneath this is me doing a United Netherlands game as Belgium. So, you know, the Netherlands and flooding is definitely relevant. So let's finish it up here. Let's see, it just no indication on what we'll get next week. All it is just a promo for the stream, which if you do not watch the streams, you are missing out. They are funny, and you get to see, you know, a good sneak peek at it. Daniel hiding his navies over in South America so he doesn't spoil anything, and then realizing, how am I going to fight as the UK without my navy? Anyways, so that's a dev diary, quick recap. Expeditionary Force is changing, new puppet mode for democracies, or new autonomy level Volt and Man the Guns. It doesn't say it's exclusive to democracies, but it does say designed to let democracies do puppeting in a way that suits them better. So I'm not sure about that. And then decisions showing up on the map. Finally, we will close up with the rejected titles. Commonwealth Assemble! Next up, Hoi 4, now with a less giant decision list of places you secretly don't know where they are, but are too embarrassed to ask. If you don't know where Texas is, I'll show you in one of my videos. Next up, click all the things in all caps, hence me somewhat yelling. Then we have, what do you mean a slightly less oppressed chess piece isn't clear art? What do you mean a slightly less depressed chess piece isn't clear art direction? Sounds like a little look behind the curtain in Podcast's life. Next up, feature. Britain can now accurately represent the brilliant idea that was the Dieppe parade. Oof. Next up, deliberately flooding your country is now 200% easier. Is it really 200% easier? Did they do metrics on how much easier it was? Then we have click here to become fascist. Okay. We are running out of chess pieces for autonomy level. So apparently the art department did have some things to say about all of that. And then second to last, Winston Churchill had a brilliant idea and only needs a few colonials to do it. I think that's a little jab at Gallipoli there. And then finally, clickbait. So there we go with all of that. Hope you enjoyed this dev diary overview. Let me know what you think of the upcoming features. Be sure to, get that discussion going in the comments. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video, as well as follow me on Twitter and check out my Patreon page. Thank you all so much for watching, and until the next one, this is Mikey Panzernator signing out. See ya, nerds.